A new study out this week finds that nearly 2/3 of uninsured Americans do not know if they will buy health insurance by the January 1st deadline set by the Affordable Care Act. What does that mean for the future of health care? Joining us to weigh in this morning is Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming, serves on the Republican leadership team as chairman of the Senate Republican Policy Committee, and of course, we always mention, happens to be a physician as well. Senator, good to have you back. Good morning.
Thanks, Carl. Thanks for having me.
What do we make of this survey? It's 2/3 of Americans don't know if they'll buy coverage by the January 1st deadline. I thought the whole point was we get enough healthy people to buy. That makes the problem less serious.
You're absolutely right, Carl. There's so much chaos and confusion out there with this health care law. You're absolutely right. The whole goal behind it was to get a lot of young, healthy individuals, those that consider themselves young and invincible, to buy insurance, and not just to buy any insurance, to buy insurance more expensive, covering more things than they might need or might want. And that's the only way that they can help keep costs down for older, sicker Americans. But young Americans are saying, hey, this isn't for me. They don't know if they're going to qualify for tax breaks. They don't know what kind of subsidies they're going to get. And for the most part, they're saying the penalty isn't all that great. I'm not going to sign up, to the point that the Congressional Budget Office says they're expecting there's going to be at least 30 million Americans uninsured no matter what happens with this.
Yeah, it's amazing how we're all arbitrageurs in some form or fashion. Well, maybe I'll pay the penalty depending on what I think is going to hurt me the most. What's the solution to that dilemma, short of just throwing the whole law out, which we know that that's a little steeper political hill to climb?
Well, that's what I think the right solution is, Carl, to repeal the entire health care law and actually get something that works to lower the cost of care. The president was so fixated on coverage that he forgot that coverage doesn't equal care. And if we can lower the cost of care, that's what we need to do. And, you know, in this same survey, Carl, so many people have said that they believe that the cost is going to go up, that the quality, availability of tests and procedures is going to actually be harder after January 1st for them to get the care they need once the Obama health care law gets fully implemented.
But, Senator, with this deadline now looming, barring any major change in terms of throwing the bill out altogether, you know, if the problem here, you can understand why it's such a dilemma, right? Because you have this law coming into place. You don't want to penalize people who can't afford it for not taking it on, so they're phasing in the penalties. What are the choices? Do you either raise those penalties? Should they be much, much stiffer so that people understand, okay, look, if I want to avoid this, I better figure out right now how to sign up and then bring down the cost for everyone by getting more healthy people enrolled?
Well, the problem with that, Kelly, is as Senator Max Baucus, who is one of the original authors of the health care law, said he sees a giant train wreck coming because young people don't seem to be inclined to sign up, which is what the CNBC poll that you reported on is showing. And that's the fundamental problem with all of this. For this to work, those young people are going to have to buy insurance that's more expensive than they would normally have to pay, covering a lot of things that they don't want to have covered. I mean, they understand that there's no reason for a single young male to buy insurance that covers pediatric eye exams when he doesn't have any children, for women to pay for screenings for things like prostate cancer. Those are issues that you just say they don't want to buy those sorts of things. So that's why, as people look at this, they say this isn't going to work. We need to repeal the whole thing, start over, go step by step. There are things we can do to actually lower the cost of care. That's where the focus should have been from the beginning.
Senator, it's not the only story certainly dominating the Hill. The IRS scandal continues. Some more leaders of conservative groups saying they were targeted or mistreated by IRS agents. What's your expectation for the next couple of days on this one?
Well, we want to continue to in a bipartisan way, working together, aggressively look for the answers, such as how far up does this go? What's the connection between the Cincinnati office and Washington? And you see the scandal unfolding in several ways. One is what's happening with the specific targeting of individual groups. The other is the waste of taxpayer money by the IRS with so many of these conferences, staying in presidential suites, traveling, these videos that you've seen that are bothersome, that the IRS in tough economic times in the country continued to waste taxpayer money, the complete disrespect by the IRS for for the American citizens and hardworking American taxpayers.
Well, we've talked a lot about it, seen a lot of that video over the past 24 hours. Certainly the hotel industry taking note too, Senator. Always good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Carl. Thanks, Kelly.
John
Thank you
Barrasso
very
of
much.
Wyoming.
It's an incentives problem. Maybe we should offer a free iPhone or iPad or something to everyone for signing up for the health care law.
Bribing consumers may be the only available answer. We'll see.
That's what we use the tax code for all the time.
Yeah.